Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back to Liberation Day. Hopefully, everyone's all excited. And this is not an April Fool's joke, but there is a stock called WTF. Want to talk a little about that. Want to talk a little about what's happening with the tariffs that are going to be happening, and also Newsmax and a bunch of other stocks. There was a lot of news that did come out today. But regarding about what's happening in the news, regarding about the tariffs that's going on this Liberation Day, there's going to be a big news conference later today. So we're going to see what's going to happen, what President Trump has to say about this whole thing with these tariffs. And, it's, short-term pain, but long-term gain. That's what they're basically saying. But we'll see what the game plan is. But these stocks are going to be pretty active. Probably we won't know till a little bit more in the afternoon on the brand name stocks. Now, the thing is this. There were a lot of stocks that were moving regardless. So as much as we saw what happened on Monday, we had a lot of really nice moving stocks on Monday. A lot of them yesterday, which was off the charts. We had a great clash yesterday. For some of you that were in my phase 3, we'll be picking up today with lesson 3 and lesson 4. But the stock I want to bring up is this WTF. There was a new IPO that came out yesterday. This stock just did not stop. And what was nice about this stock, if you come into the class and you get to watch it, this stock had some really beautiful consolidation going on, had some really good breakouts. You could see when it started right around $4, it closed up to a whopping 25. I also want to bring up the Newsmax. This thing has just been crazy. My God. Could you imagine just not even knowing you own this stock? Because if you did, you had agita. I mean, this stock gave you, $14 up to $250 yesterday was off the charts. This thing was just absolutely crazy. Who would ever think a news station like this would go up that high? I haven't seen a stock like this in, I don't know when the last time I saw it. It's got to be a short squeeze. But Newsmax, congratulations. These guys made a fortune, absolute fortune. Now, regarding about a couple other things I want to cover. First of all, Tesla just came out, and I don't know what just happened, but news came out on it just now, and it just tanked. But they did say that they missed first quarter deliveries. I would think so too. After all what's happening and people getting nervous to buy a Tesla, I would be a little nervous to own one right now. But I know they did drop the price on it, and they're pretty cheap right now. But they did miss that. The news came out on that. Apple's cutting their Vision Pro Vision Pro's output, their glasses that they came out with. So they're cutting on that. So looking at Apple on that thing's expensive too. But it really didn't affect that too much. Oil spiked to about $87 from global tensions, and ADT reports did come out, and they did, the job reports were a little bit better than they expected. So stocks we're going to be watching is also, we got FedEx. FedEx came out with some news. I think I saw earlier. I don't know if it's anything great, but I think I saw some news on it. But that one, we're going to keep an eye on that stock. We're going to keep an eye on Tesla. We're going to keep on NVIDIA. We're going to keep an eye on stock, all of them. But obviously, the biggest thing we always keep on is on the big percentage gainers, because you could sit here look at the right-hand side on my watch list, and you could, let me just make this so you guys on YouTube could see a little bit better. There's a lot of bleeding going on that right-hand side. Going across that board. All right. So we're going to keep a focus on that. But like I said, this Tesla, I would keep a very, very, very close eye on it, because missing those, probably was being expected anyway. Now, a couple of the stocks that are moving, and not being on the negative side, on the positive side, we always find something new that's moving. I know a lot of you here were looking at this stock this morning, the IBG. Look at this, really cheap little stock. And this is something that let me look at level 4 here. This is something we were looking for yesterday. Yesterday, when we were doing our class, we basically found a lot of stocks that were not in the tradable category. But when you look at this stock like this, up 250% in the pre-market, look, good spread, tight spread, 82 million shares already traded. This is basically what we're looking for, something like this. Now, when I'm looking at the orders here, just be a little concerned. There was a big order just showed up here at $1, but there's some big orders out here One just got filled at $1.70, and we got another little big order at $1.80. So nice little stock, cheap. Is it going to continue? I mean, could probably test somewhere around 2, but it is on the big percentage gainer, so we're going to keep an eye on that one. Here's another stock up 57%, 19 million shares already traded. She is kind of flat. I like the stock because she was in a $600 price range. You could see how the stock just took a big hit right here. Maybe it's a bottom fish. SBFM. Another nice little stock out there. We're going to keep an eye on that one. This stock obviously looks like it had earnings after hours. Gapped up a little big this morning too. Cheap stock up 43%. Sportsman Warehouse. SPWH. You know today's Wednesday, right? So it's the best time of the week to trade. That's why we got a lot of stocks in this watch list that are already in the 50%, 100%, 30% price range. This stock is not very tradable. Don't like the trend. We talked about that yesterday in class. This one gapped up a little bit, and it's on a downtrend, 16%. Good volume. I'll put this on the B list. We traded this stock before. Some of you remember in December we traded. It went from $1 all the way to $7. SIDU. I'll put this on the B list. This is no good. This is no good. No good. This stock did really well yesterday, and looks like she's doing well again today. So there's another stock that was on the watch list that did well. QSG. This is how stocks become a day trade, turn into a swing trade. So I'll throw that back on there. I'm just not too crazy about the spread right now. This one's got a nice little Fausto flag, but doesn't really look tradable when we're at 12%. These are the ETFs. All right, losers. What do we got here in the losers? Ouch. That doesn't look too good on that one, huh? Damn. Stock on a great, could you imagine? Great run. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, honey, tomorrow we're going to sell the stock. We're going to put that extension on it. You wake up in the morning and be like, you think you're going to cash out, of like a $7 stock. You wake up, it's at $1. Oh my God, that is horrible. Is that a reverse stock split? I mean, maybe not. All right. Anyway, let's keep working our way down the list. I have to remember, we don't get dead cat bounces on those. This stock is just breaking all-time lows. Could be a good short. New York Stock Exchange. Okay, here's one of the ETFs. UVAX. BlackBerry. Not looking too well today. Big run up on that. On the downtrend, Newmax, I mean, it's going to eventually be on a loser's list. Okay, so unfortunately, we can't short that stock. So I think we're done there. HIMS on the losers list too. We're only down about 6%. All right, I think we pretty much got them all. Not a big list, but, pretty active. I mean, this stock looks really, really nice right here, the IBG. IBG is getting close to that $1.80 right there, so that one looks pretty good. All right, anything I missed that I did not bring up? Charlie is a quote on IBG, level 1 coaching early in pre-market. All right. Charlene did pretty well doing a coaching class with Josh. Made some money on that stock. Good for her. All right. Easy, nice and moving. This is what you kind of look for. When you deal with more expensive stocks, they get very volatile, very dangerous. It's always looking like you want to trade stocks that have more control over. All right. So a couple of big things before we go. Today at 11 o'clock, we are going to have, who's our main guest right here? It's Sunday, right? Sonny Harris is coming on our podcast at 11. And just like every Tuesday, Wednesday, we have our podcast. So I'll see you all back. We'll broadcast live on YouTube. And, these are all gurus, traders, entrepreneurs. Love to have them on. They'll be here. And then I will be doing my class, later on today. So we'll see you there. All right. Podcast, join us today at 11:45 Eastern for the weekly Cyber Trading podcast. There we go. All right. Kerry says, is TZLZ, I got Tesla on there. Okay. So there's just so many of them. This is one you're talking about right here, right? There's so many of them out there. I can't put them all, Kerry. There's so many ETFs because then there's the opposite. There's the short. There's so many of them. You know what I mean? But if you could put it on the list, it's not that bad. All right. Okay, traders, let's get ready for the market opened up. Good luck today. Trade safe. I'll see you. We're going to be back in 15 minutes. If you're watching on social media, take your phone, scan the QR code. Happy to have you. If you want to come join our trading floor, we're here all day broadcasting live. If you don't need to just see us every morning at 9 a.m. and at 2:30. Come and join us and see us in the live trading room because there's always something new out there. Everyone else, If I don't, if you're in class, I'll see you in class. For everybody else that's in the trading floor, Josh and Rich will be taking care of you going into this great open. Good luck, everyone. Trade safe.